national and international, Kdr FM brings you all the stories. Kdr FM News, proudly sponsored by MTN.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. But baby, how come you never call me? But now with MTN, I have a daily voice bundle. I'll call you every day. Yeah, yo, baby, don't know. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't know. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't know. MTN voice bundle neza bei dondoro okutera network zona tungada chika 25 arshiringi 10 zonka nyigasta emwe not star ibiri emwe hash otoraneho daily bundle ninga kozesa my MTN app ogambe aha bei dondoro aha kuba kuturi kugamba hamwe twine kizibira MTN enkora n'obushosholeke nibikuratirwa MTN nerebera rw'ekitongole kya Uganda Communications Commission.
Abantu nyina bakibale Kagadi Kakumiro na hadi hona mutabaruke habwokuba tyansika arguza egabude obone baletera mibazi yona eyabuzireyira ikara nogya Kampala manya Kenya manya Dubai nogitoza hati nurekeraho genda bugenda mu batyansika arguza yona emibaze roho okukebera omubiri gwono komanya na kyorwaire byona byabusa iwo kwenda kukebera computer kwigula ebinywa kandi inyo bakasitoma babo abakuru inyo bakubahereza special care bakusubuza green tea habeya y'omusubuzi okuterwa mutwe kuterwa mutima ekiriroliro mu mubiri kuruma no kuzimba ebigere ulcers hanija sukari pressure kusanyarara omusujja ogutakira kurumwa omugongo kuruma munda amani geksaija nege kazi toine iwo karwara amaino habokwane oboka bakuletera ombazi gwa amaino ogubakweta high quality toothpaste bakusemereza obuhereza high hinaiwe buli kya baraza babahunya marunda town council hasanyuka bar and lodge kandi kuruga kya kabiri kya kasatu kya kana kya katano kya mukaga hamuna kya sande babakaruguza ha office zabu enkuru ha muhanda gwa kikada waruga ha stand big bank hakona house ne kyapa kibahoja kwa no kirora genda nakasenti kogule mibazi niko bakwijanja bokire abokumanya bikiraho baza nabo ha 0786 13 04 00 na 0740 95 10 23 yanshi together we share.
For how Chinese bantu baingi muno ohulira kyansimba hano nkwata hamugongo ekifuba kikuremera oburumi munyingo mu baitu hati wekwata ba for how Chinese banu ni bayijanja banokira kimo ebirwaire no biraga nenkoro yawe yekikugu baine byoma ebya meridian therapy nibikonyera okwigula binywa kutereza emigongo alinywa bakusasa nibakumara mu busasi bona bwino munyingo hati nywa bakuzimbe bigere mugende mubayikire nibakora handwereza maiso nibajanja basukali harusazi okwetaga kusara size okendeza omunyeto gwine oyine kizibu kyo kusanyarara hamuna inywa abateirwe stroke niba batereza ni mugaruka okurungi muno abafo how Chinese hano mukaruguza basange amuhanda gwa kizizi ogugenda ha vision hakyombeko kyakona house haihine ichundiro lya magiteri yaka opposite Millennium Guest House rundi baterera namba ze simu 0 kinana na mnana msanju na msanju asatu na mnana na 0 nkaga na ibiri kinana na isatu anna nemu for how Chinese hamuno bwijanja byo burungi.
Esaha zikire msanje zeihangwe ohulirize Kdr 10 fama akaire kanu nikakuleterwa
MTN voice bundles ezikutera network zona habei dondolo migasita 10 ibiri mu hash rundo yekonyeza my MTN app okome mu daily bundle habo kuba butukubaza itwena titukwemerezebwa. MTN Uganda Limited nererwa Uganda Communications Commission.
A very good afternoon. My name is Deo Asiimwe. I welcome you to Kdr News in detail. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has voiced his frustration over the persistent persistent poverty in the Bukit sub-region despite the government's substantial investments in the poverty alleviation programs. Speaking during the Uganda's 62nd Independence Anniversary celebrations at Busiko Primary Teachers College in Busia yesterday, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni questioned why the region remains economically stagnant even after receiving significant financial support through the government initiatives. During his address, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yesterday vowed to return to Kdr and hold region's leadership accountable for ongoing economic challenges faced by its people. He emphasized the need for the government interventions to have a lasting impact on the livelihoods. The president's remarks triggered mixed reactions from the region leaders, with some acknowledging the need for the local population to take greater responsibility in the utilizing of resources effectively. Former Samia Bugwe South Member of Parliament Julius Maganda urged that Kdr has been underrepresented in senior government roles, calling for affirmative action to secure top positions that could open more opportunities for the region. Butaleja District Woman Member of Parliament Florence Nabanda, on the other hand, attributed the region's continued poverty to lack of investment in irrigation infrastructure. In response, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni reiterated the importance of fully embracing government programs aimed at socio-economic transformation, urging locals to participate more actively. He also announced the government's renewed commitment to resuming construction of the standard gauge railway, which will link the eastern region to global markets and potentially spur economic growth. Away from that, tension and heartbreak have gripped Bulisa district as over 1,000 homesteads in Butiaba Town Council have been submerged by floods from the rising water levels of Lake Albert. Residents have sought refuge in neighboring villages, churches, schools, and certain of what lies ahead as the waters continue to rise. The most affected areas include Magali, Triangle, Pida A and Pida B, Kigangaizi, Kawalibanda, Butiaba Boma, Kekea, Tigombili, Walukuba, Bugoigo, Kamagongoro, Kigungi, Seule, and Waisoki, all within Butiaba Town Council and Bulisa District. Many residents, including Gilbert Olal, a resident of Kigangaizi Sel, and John Kiboko from Kekea Learning Site, are calling for government assistance in order to help them relocate to other safe areas. Musa Asaba, the local council chairperson of Butiaba Town Council, says that he has already petitioned the District Disaster Management Committee for urgent intervention. Bulisa Local Council 5 chairperson Fred Lukumu echoed these concerns, noting that while he has alerted the office of the Prime Minister, there has been no response yet. This is not the first time Bulisa has faced devastating floods. In 2020 and 2021, a total of 3,500 homesteads across various sub-counties were displaced by the rising water levels. The floods destroyed homes, livestock, businesses, and vital infrastructure, including markets, churches, schools, and health centers, and many residents remain in makeshift shelters, uncertain when relief will come. Crossing over to Kasese district, as Uganda celebrated its 62nd independence anniversary yesterday, families of 9 officials murdered by the National Army for the liberation of Uganda in 1989 attack in Kasese district are calling on the government and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to recognize the sacrifice of their loved ones. The tragic event took place on October 9th of 1989 during the 27th Independence anniversary. At around 5 a.m. on the dark morning, gunmen disguised as soldiers of the National Resistance Army (NRA), now the Uganda People's Defense Forces, raided Busiangwa village in Kitolo, sub-county Bukonza West, Kasese district, and left a trail of destruction. By the time the attackers withdrew, 9 Resistance Council (RSC) officials, now known as the local council officials, had brutally been murdered. The assailants accused the RSCs of supporting President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and his National Resistance Movement (NRM). Charles Muhindo Musema, a survivor of the raid, has expressed his frustration over the government's failure to recognize those who died in service, noting that since the attack, the government has never acknowledged the victims as people who died on government duty. Joachim Muke, a son of one of the victims, has urged the government to formally recognize the families who lost their loved ones and their contribution. Responding to the family's plea, State Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, expressed regret over the lack of recognition for the victims, promising to deliver the message to the President for intervention. Lieutenant Joy Walesimbi, the resident district commissioner for Kasese, however, says that security in the district has greatly improved, crediting the cooperation from the neighboring communities in the Democratic Republic of Congo for intelligence that helped stabilize the region. Now, the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo, is scheduled to convene a meeting with members of Parliament from the Northern region to discuss fees on alternative tourism routes after Karuma Bridge closure. The meeting scheduled to take place today at around 2 p.m. at Presidential Conference Hall in the office of the Prime Minister comes as a follow-up to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's directive during the NRM caucus meeting last Friday. Government Chief Whip Hamson Oboa has issued the note to members of Parliament from Northern Region, emphasizing the importance of their attendance. This gathering aims to address concerns and explore opportunities related to tourism development in the Karuma region. Alupo's efforts to enhance the tourism sector, particularly in the Northern region, are expected to have a positive impact on local communities and the national economy. In her previous engagements, Alupo has stressed the need for collective action and cooperation among the leaders to drive progress and address regional challenges. Today's meeting is expected to yield positive discussions and decisive actions towards advancing the tourism industry in Karuma.
You are still listening to KDR News Broadcast. This is the news on the international scene.
For the news on the international scene, Taiwanese President William Lai Ching-te has said he will stand against any attempted annexation or encroachment into the island's territory. China claims the self-ruled democracy as its own and has not ruled out the use of force to achieve its goal of unification. It has ratcheted up pressure on Taiwan since Lai was elected president in January this year. Addressing the island's 23 million people yesterday, Lai began his first National Day speech by expressing his pride in Taiwan's democracy. He said Taiwanese people were able to work together despite disagreements and urged them to look to the future, noting that China has no right to represent the people of Taiwan. He indicated the willingness to cooperate with China on issues such as climate change, tackling contagious diseases, and maintaining regional security to pressure to pursue peace and mutual prosperity for the well-being of their people. The listener, is 11 minutes past 1 p.m. We take a quick look on the top stories before we mark today's afternoon bulletin end. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni wrecked by poverty in Bukedi sub-region. Rising Lake Albert water spread over 1,000 homestays in Bush Blissa. Families of 9 local leaders killed on Independence Day 1989 seek formal recognition in Kasese, and Taiwanese President Lai vows to resist annexation. That's it. My name is Deo Asiimwe. I wish you the best of your Thursday afternoon, and please keep with us.
From all over the world, local, regional, national, and international, Kdr FM brings you all the stories. Kdr FM News, Worlds, proudly sponsored by MTN.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. Baby, how come you never call me? But now with MTN, I have a daily voice bundle. I'll call you every day. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle.